Hello and welcome, I'm Karjan, and this is Let's Art Operation Blinking Mirror Edition. Um, so I'm currently in the process of finishing up the last few bits of it. I want to bring this light down a little bit. It's not something that, yeah, that looks a bit better. It looks too dramatic in my opinion. Too bright. That's a little better. Yes, because all I've managed to do is actually remove it completely. Let's see. That's kind of okay. I think maybe I'll erase a bit more of this. Whatever. I think that's actually my problem. Wow. Sorry, I'm watching the CPU usage on Windows Task Manager, and it's kind of terrifying, actually. To watch pretty much everything get eaten the way it's being. This file in and of itself eats around 4 gigs of RAM, of memory. And it has, as of last I looked at it, has a size of 660 megs. So it's definitely a flippin' huge file. Okay. Most of these are not. Whoops. I didn't remember which one I had added in place. Basically, I'm just looking for... These are all palm trees and the like. Just looking to add something in the background, which means I'm mostly just looking for yeah, no. Oh well. It's just looks a little too open back there. So I might end up playing around with that later. But for now, what I need need is... What I need is something to use for... No, we're going to... Basically, I want to do some stuff with making this look like dirt. So I'm going to go off and start mixing brushes again. Dual brush. Yeah, I'm basically just going to end up mixing some brushes together. Like using that. Let's see. These are too solid of brushes. Let's see what else we've got. No, we're going into solid brush territory. All sorts of symbols and shapes and the like that I have, but nothing really... Well, that's an interesting shape. Nah. Let's do a bit of scattering. I don't know why I keep going back to texture. Let's see. Darken, overlay, color dodge, color burn, linear burn, hard mix, and linear height. Kind of like linear height. It's interesting. Well, let's see. Linear burn, maybe. Yeah, let's just go with that. I want something rough. Sort of rough. But not too rough. So I guess this will likely do. There. Okay. This will probably work fairly well. So let's find dirt colors. And wow. Yeah, I think the hue jitter is a little too much. Okay. Let's try this again. Actually, that doesn't look too bad. It's a little too bright though. Just go. And the bits of light or dark that show up kind of add the feeling that there's, you know, old leaves sitting scattered on the ground. So I kind of like that. Yeah. I kind of like that. Okay. Well. Whoops. There we go. Okay. Oh, I accidentally did that. Okay. Just merge these in place. They're supposed to be the same anyway. Okay. Let's do something a lot paler and use the same brush. Except I should probably... Yeah, I should probably change how much jitter there is in terms, or scatter there is. Yeah. This. Flip the gray up. Add a little bit more gray. And flip that around. Because it's a little bit too sharp-edged for my taste. Okay. Now... Whoops. Let's... remove a little bit here. And actually I don't want smudge, I want blur. Well, maybe I do want smudge. Try and get rid of the edge that was created from erasing. Okay. That's not bad. Now, delete this. What's this? Delete this as well. Don't really care about that. Okay. Create clipping mask. And another just to be sure. Now, I want this, and I want... So I'm just going to go with a dark blue like this. And I know it doesn't look like that would actually ever be an acceptable shadow. But if we go to overlay and then change the opacity, oh, we can play around with the other layer effects to see if anything else looks better than overlay. I don't think anything will. Nope, not really. So, overlay. And let's soften these edges out. So that it doesn't look quite so much like I just randomly threw color in place. Which is what I did, but not supposed to know that. Smooth it out. It's still a little bit too dark, I think. There, that's better. So, I'm going to need to smooth these edges out. I already knew that coming into this. And I think let's see. There needs to be more dark in there. So let's see. Go to an orange. Nice dark brownsies. So, I'm not really going to try and recreate the brush that I had up previously. However, going to look for something like this. A little bit of, not so much scattering. I don't know why I keep hitting that. Here, this will do. And then that. So, at this point, just add that little bit of there we go. Although, yeah, that needs to be over top of that. Okay. Now these, I need to go in, smooth all of this out. So it's less of a hard hard surface and more of a blending into the background. And over here as well. Okay, and then scroll up to here. Smooth this out so that it's a little less sharp of an edge. Just make sure we don't end up seeing any of that. And that line right there. Going to there we go. Lighten that up. In fact, actually, I think I will reduce the opacity of that later. Anyway. Okay. Now. The there's it's very rare that there would not be even a few tufts of grass under like that. So let's see. I know I've got grass-shaped tufts like this. As brushes. I don't remember where exactly I got them from. But I do recall having them. Well, I've only apparently got this. I'm going to see if I have any more. I feel like I should. I don't seem to have them loaded though. Oh wait. There we go. For those of you who didn't see what Charfade's Ultimate Grass Brush Set. And the problem is, at this point, I need to find some of this. This probably is not bad. So a lot of these grasses are not something you would find under great big trees like this. like this. What's this? That's interesting. It's kind of like a ferny thing. Okay. Whoops. Let's see. I do like this. So let's see. Let's see. Stretch the spacing out so it's not quite so silly. Yeah, stretch the spacing out. Do some scattering. No. I don't want to dual brush that. Okay. Let's see how this works. Got just a little bit of grass. Although, I think I'm probably putting a bit too much in place. It doesn't help that I'm using the same brush over and over and over again. So, yeah, it's also too green. Delete that layer. New layer. Nice dark green. That's better. I'm going to change this a little bit more. The spacing. And delete this again. Go back in here. A little bit. No. Basically just don't want too much in the way of grass. Then again, I think part of the problem I'm actually having is that oops. Is that I am not using let's get rid of all that. And color dynamics. I can vary up the shape and type a little more like that. Over there. And yeah, it doesn't look too bad. So let's see. Oh, it needs to be over top of this, but not this. Oops. I was thinking of the wrong position to do this. Needs to be over top of this. Yes. So let's see. Spacing. Shape dynamics. Actually, that's probably another thing that I not quite the there. Let's try adding a bit of this in place. That actually doesn't look too bad. Whoops. Yeah, if I want to do anything like that, I need to that this is at the edge of a bright area, so clearly it would be more, there would be more grass over here as opposed to deeper in where there would be less, to the point of there being not really much at all, which is the point that I want to make here. I want this darker and this darker as well, because this is back into the trees. So just a little bit. Make this a grassy hillock, then maybe I will feel, well, maybe it's not really a forest so much as just a place where small little grove. I still think there should be more trees in the background. It just feels that way to me. Okay. Just a little bit more grass over there. Well, that's pretty much it, except for this area back here that I'm not entirely sure what to do with. Let's see. I got any interesting brushes? I just do not have most most of my brushes loaded. I'll have to find them all again. Curses. Because I had the entire Nagel series, and I really liked those brushes. Really liked those brushes. Going to have to find them all again, I think. Because what it looks like happened is that I basically just did not reload my brushes after reinstalling my computer. Just do a dual brush. There we go. Color dynamics, that'll be fine. So white and sort of a gray bluey. Let's see what this does. Yeah, that's fluffy cloudy. Well, it kind of looks like clouds. Or smoke. Maybe there's smoke in the distance. I don't know. It's really white smoke. The sky really isn't that sort of strange blue. Eggshell blue. Of course, it's not this color either. That's just silly. This is a little bit too much purple. And let's alter that up. And then image adjustment, hue set. Increase the saturation just a little bit. Increase the darkness a little. And this is how you find the exact sort of color that you really want. Okay. Well, I don't like those up there. So, whoops. There. So, just clean that out a little bit. And I really should have gone all the way up here before, but I didn't. Oh well. Image adjustment, hue set. Pull it this way. We'll make it a slightly different color. Not that I think most of that will be seen, but that's fine. Okay. I mean, it's not the best of pieces of art, but I believe that it is quite nice looking for my current skill level. Yeah, that's about right. So we'll crop this down. So that I can get rid of those edges that I never completely worked up to. And then I'm going to call this a completed piece of work. So I hoped you enjoyed watching my rather fumbling attempts at doing a lot of this, especially the humans. I had a bit of fun talking all the while. So, yeah, okay. That cropped fairly well. Alright, I will see you in, well, in any sort of whatever version. Oh, look. I left a little piece of sky. Okay. Guess I'm not quite finished yet. Let's fix this. Let's fix this. Let's fix this. Fix this over here too. And then there's always something. Turn down the lightness, turn up the saturation. Turn the hue a little bit. Trying to make it distinct from the other two blues that are right there. But also not too different from what's down there. Okay. That's not bad. Alright, little mistakes aside, I'm going to call this finished, so I will see you in any sort of next episode, well, next piece of art that I ever decide to do and record. Have a good day.